Miss Hodgson told us we had to dress up as our most famous ancestor for Family Tree Day. Dusting got up and told us all about his grandfather called Ronald, who was a bus driver by day, but by night was a masked avenger, helping the helpless. When I asked my dad who our most famous ancestor was, he said my second uncle, once removed, was nearly known far and wide when he almost invented a machine that knitted coat hanger wire into a woven mesh for temporary fences. Except someone beat him to it. And I guess nobody ever heard of him.
Anybody
except
else?
my dad.
Oh, Max.
Max didn't have a story to tell. He said it was because he didn't have any ancestors.
Since I'm pretty sure that I've probably been adopted, I don't know anything about the ancestors of the people pretending to be my parents. So, I brought in the family tree of my rabbits. It all started with Boomer and Doris. Then Doris had two more rabbits, Pinky and Conan. Then Conan had 6 rabbits, Marvin, Sally, Fifi, Frankie, Mopsy and Rudolph.
So, how's things with you? Not so good. I stay with my dad tonight at Avril's house every Wednesday, Thursday and Friday.
That's too bad.
I had a dream that a ferret ate me. There was nothing left except a few bones.
Well, there he is. The man who calls himself my dad. Now I'm sure I'm adopted. See what I mean?
Well, he could look a bit like you, especially if you had a moustache. And you're bald. Maybe you just need to wait until you're old to look like that.
Good afternoon, Tinkerbell. And good afternoon, Rufus and Boris and Bubbles. Good afternoon, Ziggy and Pedal and Ginger and Shep and Norman and Patch and all you guppies that died in the plague. And good afternoon, especially Snowflake. I need to talk to you all because I've been thinking that maybe it would be okay to have another pet. Millicent said I should get something strong, like a Rottweiler. And I know some breeds of parrots can live up to 70 years, but I don't really want either of those. So I was thinking it could be a bit like you, Snowflake. Well, probably a lot like you. But I wanted to tell you first so you'll know. And I promise to make sure I take care of it so it won't die this time. I promise. Hi, Max. Hi. How is everybody? We're pretty good. My mum said I can have another pet, as long as somebody gives it to me. I was thinking something like a rabbit. Rabbits need a lot of care. They're very sensitive. But that's what I like about them. It must be great to have 28 rabbits of your very own. 33. Bridget and Geraldine had more babies last night. I was thinking that if you needed someone to take care of one of your rabbits, that I would be the perfect person for you to give a rabbit to. I don't know. I'd take really good care of it. I know Snowflake died, but that was an accident. Anyone can eat too much. I could never break up the family. What would happen once they found out they were adopted? I could never separate any of my rabbits. Never. I wonder, how do I get a rabbit? Max is the only one I know with rabbits to spare. So I was hoping you could give me a sign, some sort of sign. Snowflake, can you hear me? Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I wish I could be you. Hey, what's it like staying in Avril's house? She's so breathtaking. I'd never sleep knowing she's just a few walls away.
It's not as good as you think it is. For a start, she never talks to me unless it's something rotten to say. And she never leaves me any dry towels or hot water.
I wouldn't care.
And she hogs the TV. And she locks me in her laundry with her ferret every night.
If you only have something horrible to say to someone, then you shouldn't say anything.
Sorry.
I had a sign.
A sign?
Well, at first I thought it was a sign that I had to buy you an ice cream. And then I thought about it. And now I know what I really have to do. Mr. Yum Yum didn't drive down my street because he knew I wanted an ice cream. He drove down there because he was happy. So if I can prove to you that you weren't adopted and make you happy, then you'll give me my rabbit.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I was adopted. How else would you explain the bananas?
Bananas?
My mum and dad have bananas every day. Banana smoothies, banana splits, banana cream, banana sandwiches. My favourite fruit is lychees. They won't even have a lychee in the house. My dad says it's not even worth the trouble of peeling them because there's almost nothing left on the inside.
Millicent likes raisins, and I don't at all, but we're still sisters. And you and your dad both look pale and sick.
Do you think so? What about my mum? I don't look anything like her.
That's probably because she's a girl. You're not supposed to look like her.
I guess.
What are you doing? I'm writing a song. It's for Avril. When I see you, my heart goes beat, beat, beat. I don't eat my lunch. I don't eat, eat. What else rhymes with eat? Wheat. I don't think I can fit wheat into a love song. I bet you need a rest. You could help me instead. Help you? Do what? Prove to Max that he wasn't adopted? I'd really like to, except Avril's due to return her library books any minute now. Sometimes Avril can be up to a week late with her books. The heart is a patient muscle. I can get you her old orange pills from halftime at netball. Does she eat them with her lips? Yep, I could get them for you. Every week? Promise to get eaten by 1,000 spiders if I tell a lie. Now will you help me? Well, I guess the best way would be DNA. How do we do that? Hair samples. Get a bit of Max's hair and his dad's hair and put them together.
See, I told you. There's no hair up there.
Maybe he's got arm hair.
Oh, yeah. What do you see?
Well, his dad's hair is a different colour.
Colour doesn't matter. Look at something else.
It doesn't look good.
Your dad's hair is thicker. Almost twice as thick as yours, Max. But my conclusion is they don't look the same. Better do the DNA test. Alright, do you know how? I thought you said you knew how. I said a DNA test is what we needed to do, not that I knew how to do it. But I thought you knew how to do everything. Not really. I just look smart.
See, I told you I was adopted. We don't like the same food, or music, or colour. Now even our hair is different.
Hi, Avril. Did you bring it? I had to bring it. Your mum made me. She wants us to be friends. I know. But that will never happen, Thesaurus. That will never happen. Me and my mum don't need anyone else. You and your dad have to move out. It's my house. You've already got a house. You should be there. Maybe they fell over rollerblading and hit their heads and woke up thinking they love each other. But they really don't. Because my mum loves me most of all. I guess. A girl's best friend is her mother.
There must be some way to make Max happy. I have to go. It's parent-teacher day, and I have to meet my parents. No one told me. It's for grade 6 only. That means Max's mum and dad will be there too. Probably. I have to go. Where are you going? To get Millicent's camera. As soon as Max walks up with his mum and dad, we'll take a photo of the whole family. Then we can show how much they look the same. He doesn't look much like his dad. Then he must look like his mum. I haven't seen his mum. Nobody has. Get ready, there they are.
I had a new idea. What if we could prove I wasn't adopted by having a seance?
You know how you're always saying that you're adopted, and everybody says that you can't be, and that you're just worried about nothing, and that you're wrong? Well, you're right.
You're sure?
Definitely sure.
But you could be wrong.
I think you better ask your mum and dad.
Just come straight out and ask them. But what if they say yes?
No, just no.
Mum and Dad, I have to ask you a question.
Of course, Honey Bunch.
Am I adopted? Now, remember to stay close to the water. That's where your favourite thistles are. And make sure you look after Marvin. You know how he looks up to you. Good luck, Boomer.
Max. Where have you been?
Down at the river.
Where's Doris and Boomer and all the others?
I set them free.
You let them all go?
They don't need me anymore. They've got their own families now.
But they love you.
Maybe. I guess. I'll never know now. By the way, I asked my mum and you're right. I am adopted.
We've got a surprise for you tonight.
You two are going to get to stay up late and watch a video.
Together?
And Mrs. Hancock's coming over.
But where will you be?
We're going out dancing.
Dancing? You can't. It's Friday night. We always play Chinese checkers.
Yeah, bro, we can do that next week.
But it's our night. You can't go out without me. I'll choke and die. I'll eat a bad fish and get poisoned. And you'll be sorry for the rest of your life.
Just ignore her. Now, where do you think we should park tonight?
I don't know. I hadn't really thought about it.
Francis Faker, Pamela Pretender. Now, what was I saying?
Parking. Perhaps we should work out where we're going to park before we go out tonight. Roger? Roger, are you all right?
Don't take any notice of them.
We can't just leave them on the floor. Perhaps we should go out dancing another night.
Fine. But just remember to ask your son's permission first.
Here, rabbits! Here, rabbits! Here, Boomer! Where are you, Conan? Fifi, it's me, Molly! Boomer! Molly! I've got one! Hi, Marvin. That's one. Only 32 to go. Here, rabbits! Here, rabbits!
Cozy in here, isn't it?
Dad, it's a laundry.
Yeah, suppose it is, isn't it? Been tough on you here.
Dad, when I was choking before, I was just pretending.
I know that, Roger. I'm an adult. I didn't really want to go dancing anyway. Neither did Avril's mum, as it turned out. In the end.
Do you want to share half of my stretcher?
Actually, I was going to go sleep in the car.
Can I come too?
Of course you can.
Doris, Fifi, you're back. Boomer, you're back. But how'd you do that?
Hi, Max.
Molly, look, everybody's come back. They must be homing rabbits.
I told you they loved you.
Do you think so? Mopsy, Rudolph, Jane, Jill, Fidel, Madonna. They're all here.
Rabbits are just like people. Even if you're not their family, you can still be very special to them. Like me and Snowflake were.
Molly, do you still want to look after one of the rabbits?
One of yours?
You can pick anyone you want, as long as they want to go with you.
Here he is. My Harry.
Harry's kind of small. Conan's bigger, and his ears are floppier.
I just want Harry. From the moment I first saw him, I knew he was the one.
But how do you know he's the one?
I can tell we're meant to be together. There's a glow around him. Can't you see it?
Not really. Do you think people choose babies that way too?
If I could have all the other rabbits here, I'd still pick Harry, because he's the special one.
Once we found out he was the first person we knew who was adopted, Max became the most famous person at school.
I think being adopted is more special than when you're just being born. Because when you're born, your mum and dad have to take you home from the hospital, whether they want to or not. But when you're adopted, it means you've been chosen specially. That's me, with the circle drawn around me. Oh. My mum and dad could have had anyone else in the photo, but they had to have me. That's how special I am.
I picked you the same way, Thesaurus.
Right, very nice. Thank you, class.
I could have had anyone as a friend, but I picked you. You better not forget it.
Maybe Max is right. Maybe it is better if your mum and dad choose you. I don't know how adults figure things out. No one does. I don't know if my parents would have chosen me, or if they would have taken me back if they could have. I guess it's like the lucky dip at the school fete. Even when you feel around and you try and pick the best parcel, you're never sure if you'll get the plastic beads or the magnifying glass. I guess when you're an adult, you just have to learn to play with whatever you win.